Hey, hey, it's Chundria. I am most excited to have Veronica Loving on my show today. She's the author of Feeding a Monster. So I want to talk today about feeding a monster and finding the courage to get through difficulties, because I feel like in your book, which we'll go into, you overcame such an amazing part of your life. You and your daughter and your family at large. So I'd really love to tell your story, but more importantly, give advice to people out there who are going through their own struggles in life and want to find that same courage that you did. So let's talk about Feeding a Monster.
All right, thank you.
So tell me the premise of the book and what encouraged you to write it.
Well, I was married to a man for 21 years, and he turned out to be, and I say that because I didn't know, to be a sexual predator and a serial rapist. So when we were going through trial, I decided that I needed to make other people aware of this, and I have a responsibility now that I have this information.
Right.
So I decided to write my story and to see how I got where I was, and basically it takes me back to it was cathartic to how I attracted this man, what I did to feed this problem, even though I didn't know that was what was being fed.
Now, in your book, do you take accountability for the things that he's done? Do you take accountability for that, or is it more from an approach of I fed the monster? Like, why did you title it Feeding a Monster? Should I say?
I say I take accountability for myself. He has to take accountability for himself.
Right.
I have no idea why he became what he was, but what I know about myself is that I was insecure. I know that I didn't choose well. I know that I accepted a lot of things that didn't serve me, as far as him cheating, lying. All of those things were unacceptable behavior for a woman, and I accepted that.
Right.
So those are the things that I take accountability for, and I kind of go back and try to figure out why that was okay for me, which it should never be.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So something tragic happens that doesn't involve you or women in general, and we do hold, in a sense, even though we shouldn't, we are technically holding ourselves accountable. Like, what did I do wrong?
Right.
Why did I miss the signs? Why did I put my family through this? Why didn't I know this? So I see the correlation between the two. Like, it's not your fault. You had nothing to do with it. This is his own dealings. But because I'm related to him and I'm a part of it, it affects me and my family. And I get it as a mom too. You're there to protect your family.
Yeah, and as a mom, I exposed my children to him. So I thought he was a good person, but then when I say, what is a good person? Does a good person lie? Does a good person cheat? Does a good person sneak around, do things? Does a good person disrespect his wife?
Right.
No. So those are the things I take accountability for. Those are the things I was, sad that had happened, and it definitely affected my children. They suffered at the hands of him, which is, something that you never want as a mom, to put your kids in harm's way. And no, it was never intentional, but it happened.
And at that time, how old were your children when you found this out?
My eldest daughter was 21, and then I had 19, 17, and 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you co-authored this book with your daughter, correct? Okay.
Yes.
Your oldest daughter?
My oldest daughter was a victim of my ex-husband.
Okay.
So he date raped people. So he would drug them, and they didn't know. So he did the same to my daughter.
Oh, I see.
And that's how we found out. That's how I took action.
Oh, that was the breaking moment.
Absolutely.
Was he did this to her?
Yes.
She came to report it to you?
Thank God she came to me. And that's one thing that's really important with, adult, relationships with your children. They have to be able to tell you everything.
Right.
You think you have that, but you don't know it until something like this happens and they did come to you.
Then
you have the responsibility to do
fix
what's
it
right.
and find a solution. And then you do have children. You can see that are afraid of what you'll say, or afraid that you may not even be on there, like that you may not believe them. Like, it gets really deep.
It does. And there are a lot of people who are so hurt and so broken that they don't believe their children. And I don't think it's personal, like I don't like my children. It's their own sadness and their own pain. So I talk to a lot of women like that, and they wish they made a different choice.
Wow.
I wish I made a different choice, but I did believe my daughter. So, okay, great. And thank God I did, because we would have been, I would have subjected other people to him, and that was where the buck stopped.
Right.
Yeah.
What kind of feedback have you gotten about the book since publishing it?
Oh my God, it's been amazing. Like, I didn't write it for anybody else but myself.
Wow.
And actually to save my daughter. And I felt like, you write your story so we can get rid of it. It's almost like so we throw it away.
Oh, like a therapy session.
Yeah.
Kinda like you write it down and then you don't need it. You just need to get it out, express it.
Right. And then someone, a friend of mine was like, you should publish. I published it. And I'm so thankful and blessed that I did, because it's like healings all over the place. Just people coming up to me telling me, you know, your book healed me. That's what it's all about, you know, and that's what I was here for. You know, you didn't know what you were here for before. Now I'm like, oh, that's why I went through all this. So that I can help others.
For this moment, so that I can help. And then you may help somebody prevent a situation like that.
Absolutely.
You're, in a sense, coaching other moms to be more hands-on with their daughters and make their children feel like you can come to me about anything. Yeah. So, you know, it's so much purpose in one manuscript. You know? And I'm so proud of you. For being so courageous and to put your story out there, because it could be something that could make you more reclusive. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to relive it. I want to just heal on my own. But, you know, for you to set yourself aside to tell you, like you told you to tell your story, you know, and look at where you are today. So
it's all in the choices of how you react, because things are going to happen to you.
Yes.
You know?
I know we already touched on it, but with so many challenging variants to your story, what was the hardest part for you to deal with?
During the time?
During the time.
Oh, God. It was so many layers. So it was betrayal. You know, you have a husband. Now you have no husband, you know. Your whole marriage was a lie. You got to swallow that. Your kids, the trajectory that I had them on and the life that I thought they had, that was all fake. So we had to deal with that. You know, they fell apart. You know, my eldest daughter started doing drugs, and she was losing it. I had to deal with that. She's okay now. She's actually doing fabulous. She's a counselor for drug rehab.
Wow.
She's doing amazing.
And how many years has it been?
9.
9 years.
9
okay.
years. So, yeah, we went through hell. Look, come on. But we're back. And I think the key word is through. We went through hell. So, yeah.
Right. And then present day, everybody's well. How are your younger children?
I think my youngest daughter had the hardest time because my ex-husband was so good at what he did by the time she was small. So she never saw the negative side of him. He was always there and doing things for her. So her betrayal was probably the worst. You know, there's all different levels, but she struggles because, you know, anytime a child, or especially a daughter, doesn't have their father, you got a whole lot of problems that come with that. So we're still working on that. You know, we're trying to surround her in love and prayer and keep her, you know, moving forward. But, you know.
I want you to look in the camera and just speak to someone out there who may be experiencing their own circumstances, their own tragedies, their own hardships, and just give an encouraging word to someone out there who would love to hear from someone who's overcome something similar to what they're dealing with.
Okay, I definitely would say to speak out, find someone you trust, and if you tell someone what happened to you and they don't believe you, find someone else to tell. Don't hide anybody's secrets. Don't hold their secrets. If someone tells you it's a secret, then that's something you definitely tell. So, and then as women, we got to support each other. You know, we got to stop shaming each other and definitely support each other in love and hold each other up.
Great advice. Great advice. Thank you so much for talking to me today. How can we stay in tune with you? Your book, is it available on Amazon, Kindle? Yes. Where else can we find it? So the book is on shelves in Vroman's in Pasadena. It's also on Amazon.com. It's on VeronicaLoving.com, bookstore in LA that it's at too. But the fastest way to get it is Amazon.com. Okay.